All right, and we're back to Evil Line Synth Alliance Tournament Prelims. I'm Lazarus Hellraven, joining me is Michael Bolton. So if you're looking for exquisite mustaches or exploding spaceships, you're in the right place, because up now is No Holes Barred versus Team Liquid.
No Holes Barred and Team Liquid. Both these teams are close to my heart. No Holes Barred was sitting right next to me at this year's Alliance panel at FanFest. Don't watch it because I was way too drunk. And Team Liquid is from one of my favorite websites, teamliquid.net. I'm a big StarCraft fan, and hopefully they represent the StarCraft community, and they are the bonjour of the Alliance tournament. We have 3 Tengus for the Team Liquid team, and then in a Vigil. And we have 2 armor-tanked Slipnirs, an Oneros, a Merlin, and Cursus, and a Rifter. How do you feel about armor-tanked Slipnirs, Laz?
I have no clue. This is about like the Varger Loki setup that we saw, where me and Rivy were just like had no words. You lose a lot of the speed from Sleipnirs by switching them to an armor tank, and especially versus this Tengu team, whose main goal is to kite away from you. How are you supposed to catch up when you haven't played on that Sleipnir? Because unless these frigates can catch up, which the first Rifter just died for the No Holes Barred team, I just don't see this going very well.
Do you think the armor tank Slipnir is some like obscure wormhole fit that we don't know about? Like that's like the new thing for running C5, C6 wormholes?
It could
We
be.
just
I
lost
mean,
Cursus.
just you're going to see more and more of the light tackle die to these Tengus, and eventually they won't have anything that can catch up to these kiting Tengus. You see ECM being applied to the Tengu team, target painters and damps to these Sleipnirs. This is really a one-sided match. I don't see how they plan on doing it.
Unless there's like something crazy about to happen, I don't see anything other than these Tengus just chilling out at like 100 kilometers. Unless they all like mess up and didn't realize the boundary measurement and they all just go out of bounds, this match is pretty much over. In other news, thank you for the compliment on my mustache. I had told all the other commentators to grow mustaches, thinking, of course, who wouldn't want to grow a mustache? And it turns out I'm the only commentator with a mustache, so I feel a little left out, but never had a mustache before. I feel more confident as a person.
Well, it looks like No Holes Bars looking to make a liar out of me. It looks like the Sleipnir Sendero is getting pretty close to Sergeant's Tengu. As you see him start to take a little bit more damage, but you see the 3 Tengus just hammering that Oneros. If they can take out maybe one of these Tengus, they have a chance. But it looks like they are splitting their DPS. So I'm not sure if Team Liquid is doing this on purpose to try to distract the Oneros or what.
Yeah, it's important to point out that while tackled, the Tengu they just lost tackle. The Tengu is burning away far too fast. 1,200 meters a second versus the 800 from the Slipnir. I just don't see, unless there's like some massive pilot error here, how this team can pull it out. I think it's pretty much locked down. It's really sad for me. The No Holes Barred guy was pretty cool. I really liked him. I feel a little upset that chances are I'm not going to see them in the group stages. I'll see them next weekend though, but not in the group stages.
The problem here is they lost their frigates, and it doesn't look like these armor tank Sleipnirs are using their mids effectively to be able to keep webs or use those utility mids out, since they're armor tanking, to web down these targets, keep them pointed. I mean, they still have 2 Sleipnirs on the field. That's 5 mid slots each. They should have optimized these setups to count on those frigates being taken out.
So now, just like the Armor Slipnir and the sort of Varger Loki setup you guys saw yesterday, what do you think? Do you think teams don't test these, or like how do you think a team in their head runs through this? Because they obviously have lots of run-up time to work out what's good, what's not. Everything's free on Sissy or almost free. How do you think teams walk into these decisions?
A lot of the practicing with these smaller teams is theory crafting. They don't have the numbers to do 12 versus 12, but they should typically have the numbers to do 6v6s. I'm not sure what tests that No Holes Barred would have done against this setup, but like I can speak for the Goon team, is they had a list, just tons of a whole forum full of setups that they just tested over and over again, just throw against brick walls to see what countered it. I just don't see how the armor tank Sleipnir came out as a good idea for them.
Yeah, no. It also doesn't help. Team Liquid is one of those teams that there's been like some buzz around them. Like people are saying, oh, they might be pretty good. Like we don't know if they're going to be really good. They're from a forum that obviously does a lot of theory crafting. There's a massive threads and forums about StarCraft strategy. Maybe that skill is translating over into EVE Online. They got some Terran setups. They're building battle cruisers. It's going to be where it's at.
Yeah, I looked at their forums. It doesn't help my StarCraft 2 play, but you see the
Well, that's because you're the
Sleipnir.
bronze.
You see the Sleipnir for Cinderero entering structure. He's going to be going down soon. The Team Liquid team has not lost anything. This is, I believe, the first successful Tengu team we've seen this so far in the tournament. They are a popular tournament ship, especially in the larger matches of 12 mans. So we hopefully will see more going forward.
What fit do you like on Tangus if you're going to bring Tangus to the tournament?
I have a near and dear place in my heart for PL setup last year, which was the ham fit Tengus. They do about 600, 650 DPS. They're beefy and they just get in your face and kill things. Unless you're a frigate, then they don't do much damage.
I also have a near and dear place in my heart, but just for ham. Like the meat ham is just really one of my favorite meats. If I were to pick my favorite of all the meats, we have the Sleipnir entering like 10% armor. Match is about to be wrapped up. Any closing thoughts as this Sleipnir falls, Lazarus Telraven?
I'm still in shock of kind of like the dual tanks max, dual tank Macarials. I just don't know what to say.
Dual tank Macarials are where it's at. That's the fit I'm using on TQ to do all my roaming now. Like that's gonna be the new CFC standard fleet fit. That's gonna wrap up the match with a perfect victory from Team Liquid, full points, walking into tomorrow in a great spot. No holds barred, not doing as well as they come into tomorrow. We're gonna take a short break. Oh, go ahead.
The next match we have is Choke Point versus Fluffy Bunny Murder Squad. So fantastic name versus another fantastic team.
Versus Chokers. Okay. See you guys in a bit.